Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Here on the august Judiciary Committee, we are charged with vindicating the constitutional rights of our fellow Americans, and our Pledge of Allegiance is a national symbol of pride and unity. And it was a great honor to be able to invite one of my constituents this morning to offer the Pledge of Allegiance. And so my amendment gives the committee the opportunity to begin each of its meetings with the Pledge of Allegiance. It gives our members the ability to invite inspirational constituents to be able to share and lead in the Pledge of Allegiance. I offered this amendment to the judiciary rules 2 years ago, and it was defeated, and I'm very optimistic that we'll have a different outcome today. That's the amendment, Mr. Chairman.
I thank the gentleman for his amendment. Support the amendment. Does anyone seek recognition? Gentleman from New York, Ranking Member Nadler.
I would oppose it simply on the grounds that as members know, we pledge allegiance every day on the floor, and I don't know why we should pledge allegiance twice in the same day to show how patriotic we are. As I said, we pledge allegiance on the floor every day. I don't think this is the most important amendment in the world, but since we do pledge allegiance every day on the floor, I think it's unnecessary.
Gentleman from Louisiana, gentleman, you're back. Oh.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Hang on. Recognize the gentleman from Louisiana, Mr. Johnson.
I've not seen Mr. Nadler on the floor when the pledge is done, and most members are not present there, so it's not accurate to say we do the pledge every day or participate in the pledge every day. It may be offered, but you're not there for it. This is the work of the Judiciary Committee. This is the committee that has the charge of defending the Constitution and our fundamental freedoms and defending the very freedoms that the flag represents. And so it's a bit absurd to suggest we couldn't take 30 seconds at the beginning of this important work to do what should be done by all Americans. And so I think this is entirely appropriate. I wish we had done it 2 years ago, and I think we missed a lot of opportunities. I yield back.
Who seeks recognition? Gentleman from Georgia, Mr. Johnson, is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I wish 2 years ago that on January 6th, that the insurrection never did happen. And I regret the fact that many members of this committee voted against certifying the election results based on the big lie. And they have continued to promote the big lie and undermine public confidence in our government. And so for us to, amidst these folks who supported the insurrection, to be forced to pledge allegiance to the flag, which should be something that none of us have any problem with, but it's just a matter of, it's ironic that this committee, the ones that would not comply with congressionally issued subpoenas, disrespected the rule of law, would now insist that each and every one of us on each and every hearing date come before this committee and pledge allegiance to the flag. I support the Pledge of Allegiance, but it's very ironic, and I just simply wanted to point that out, and with that I yield back.
Will the gentleman...
I'll yield to the gentleman from New York.
I thank you. I just want to take the opportunity, I think it was one of the people over there,
Mr. Johnson.
I think it was Mr. Johnson, who said that I hadn't, he hadn't seen me pledge allegiance on the floor. I just want to say I've pledged allegiance dozens of times. Like other members, I haven't always been there at the beginning of the session, but I've pledged allegiance dozens of times, and I plan to continue doing that on the floor. I thank the gentleman.
Gentleman,